works.
Yep.
Yes, recording. Wow. After Grant left and everything.
Oh man, let's see if he
Where's
comes
he at?
Grant,
come back.
Get back in.
Yeah, I don't.
We can buy it and just send him an email or something.
I'll text him right quick and say, "Hey,
Hey, we're on now.
get back on."
Well, he's probably trying to get back on. I've got like 12 boxes down below now.
I'm gonna send him an email.
I've got manage, invite, chat, share, closed caption, breakout rooms. I usually never have this view.
All right, I sent him another thing. So. Now he's the host again.
But I'm recording, so we're good.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's recording, so.
As long as we're recording, that's good.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what happened earlier, but
Hey,
we're
Grant,
ready to start.
Did you get my text message?
Yes.
Okay, because it says that it's just your email address. I'm texting your email address and not your cell phone, so I was confused.
Everything's going crazy now.
I don't know. All right.
All right. So tonight we're going over case study number 4. And like Shannon said earlier, last night I seen the email and then she sent one. Like we were thinking the exact same thing, I think. So we are on her document, but pretty much we're just making a marketing plan. We have 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, we're principal at a public school, and there's a new public charter school that's opening next year. And scenario 2 is you're implementing a new school choice initiative, and we're just trying to advertise, and it is supposed to be geared towards new students and not existing students. So anyone have preference on which scenario?
I think scenario 1.
I think that's more something that's happening right now.
Yeah, that's the one I was leaning towards.
So we just want to go with
Yep.
scenario 1.
That'll work. All right. So yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So first thing, did anyone have a chance to, or I guess everybody's watched the YouTube video about the elevator, your elevator talk, the elevator speech? The guys on the elevator, everyone that enters kind of reacts a different way to the president there of the, I guess, or to the dean of the college. And the last girl that gets on, she has her speech most prepped, and she actually has an opportunity to talk to the guy. So, question 1, what would you do?
All right. Well, let's pick our level of school that we want to do. It says pick a level.
Yeah.
The majority.
Yeah, I was thinking elementary school just because that's one of, well, I don't know, middle school might be something more interesting to
look at.
What we got? We got 4 elementary and 1 middle.
2 middle.
2 middle.
3 and 2, I guess. But
You did elementary before that, or?
Yeah.
I thought. It doesn't matter, really.
I was thinking middle because we can talk about more advertising to I feel like in middle school there's a few more opportunities for kids, but I don't know.
Talk about sports more.
Well, you can market it with sports, but even like there was a Science Olympiad tournament the other day that all of our kids participated in. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can actually advertise. But, I mean, with the elementary school, you can still do a few.
I just put in our thing that we chose scenario 1, and it says you are the principal of a middle public school. So Okay.
Public school, middle school,
Yeah,
public middle school.
Yep. So that way it's stated which one we're doing. All right, what would you do? Well, we got to think about what we are trying to advertise. So, like some schools now are going to personalized learning, STEM, STEM classes. They're also going to the immersion. I know elementary schools at our county are going to the immersion.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to be like? What's Newton Conover something? I know that
We're a STEM middle school.
you're STEM middle school. So we got to figure out what we want to advertise. Grant, does your school have anything like that?
We offer advanced math classes this year in all 3 grade levels. So
Okay.
They push everyone to be, AIG certified and just different services like that.
Okay. Travis, do you have a preference on what we market? Because does your school is all year round? Does it have, like we were talking about, Jacobs is a STEM school. Some schools are personalized learning. Some are immersion schools.
IB, International Baccalaureate.
Yeah.
There's a couple in our area that are IB.
Mm-hmm. So, Travis, do you have that your school, is it known for any of that kind of stuff?
No, I just know that next year they're trying to implement, I think it's like a scholars program where it's like they're going to start having, I think it's like Monday through Thursday, it's like school is regular. Then Friday, they go up to like 1 o'clock, and from 1 to 2 is like they focus more on, like they take the 3rd and 4th graders and focus more on like a skill, like art or music, things like that. And they're working with like professionals in those areas.
Okay.
I say we go with the STEM focus because I think that's something that a lot of different schools are kind of moving to. It's just more real world, and I think people in the area will probably relate to that and see the benefit in that more so right now. Maybe I don't know what you're thinking, but I think that might. Because I can tell you kind of like our school, it is advertised as a STEM school, but we don't pay any money to anything that makes it like a program. Like it's not a program school. It's just initiative.
It's because it's science, technology, engineering, and math. So Grant and Travis, that would kind of go with what you guys are doing with your focus on your academic side. So, and then we do STEM at our school too. So, let's say, how would you market your school? We'd just market it as a STEM school, if that works.
I think one of the first things would be to get parents in the building more and community members. So, even when I was when I was at Lyle Creek doing 7 Habits, the leadership day was one way that we could market to parents and market to community members to say, hey, look at what cool things are going on in our school. Now, does our school have to be that? No, but we can get parents in the door, and we can that's a great way to kind of show the community all the good things that are happening. Giving school tours, letting kids lead tours. I think that would be something that would be beneficial if we were the principal of a school and we were advertising to keep parents and community members interested in our cause. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have one of those days coming up, the 27th of this month, the Community Day, inviting community leaders, stakeholders into the building and letting the kids lead them. That way it's not all teacher-driven or administration. They're actually seeing what the kids are doing, and I think that goes a lot further than teachers standing up and talking.
But that's always like one thing that I think could be a great equalizer whenever another school comes into the community, is when you have a positive reputation for doing things like involving community and I mean, just having different events that make it more inclusive. When schools become less inclusive, that's when community members are looking for other things. And that's usually when the other schools start opening up.
So Stephen and I have put create or maintain clear mission statements centered around the school values and the community beliefs. Get parents and community involved in the school building. What else do you guys want to do? Oh, Stephen's adding something else. Sorry, Stephen.
I was sort of thinking at some point, I know specifically for our school, we get a lot of people transferring in just because of safe learning environments. So I think that safety of maybe the cameras inside the buildings and just knowing that their child's going to be safe at this school, knowing that people are in place like a school resource officer, something like that, I think really puts our school above a lot of others in the county, just based off of knowing they're going to be able to learn and do it safely and things like that.
That was one of the things that I think my school's marketed a lot this year. Is our school resource officer won the school resource officer of the year for North Carolina. So he's been recognized in front of our whole school and staff, and he recognized in the community in different ways. And I think that really, really helps, especially if you're providing that safe environment for students. And I'll tell you one of the other ways that we have involved a lot of or kept people interested in our school this year is by offering after school programs that involve a meal. So every Monday after school, we have a makerspace program that students actually get dinner if they come for free.
We've had things where it would be more of transportation was the issue. So when we would have things like tutoring and different programs like that, we would run the buses, and so that's what got a lot more of our students to be able to participate.
That would be something cool to ensure that all students are able to participate in after school activities. Run buses at different times or run extended hours buses.
Finding funding for that is going to be the issue, though. For some schools, could probably do it, but not every school.
Yeah.
Just the funding of putting the gas in the buses and stuff. Jacob or Travis, how do you guys afford to do that?
Well, we only did it 1 year, and I'm not 100% sure where that funding came from, because it was like I think we were doing.
I'm sure it comes from Title I, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because I know it was for it was only for 3rd and 4th grade students. I think it was like EOG and test prep, but they were able to do an extra bus route for those students who stayed, and I think they only did it like 2 days out of the week.
It might be good to establish a that could be like a almost like a PLC team or a school leadership team that you establish within your school to ensure that that everybody has got a voice and that everybody understands what is expected of them throughout this kind of competition that you are having with this other school. Would that be something creating creating like a charter school takeover team at your school, just to help them? That team can help highlight great things that are going on at your school as well.
Yeah.
I think social media is important too.
Even if you put I know they're called something. It's where is it the marquee that goes outside the school that constantly update, like you can It's not where you put. Is it a marquee? Is that what it's called? A marquee? It's where the digital one where it constantly. You don't have to. That's another way to market your school. You can post things quickly for parents, like people as they drive by your school to see it. You said social media, phone tree messages.
I think social media could be the great equalizer in a lot of things. One of the things that I've started, or that we're in the works to start, just because spring sports just started, is having an athlete of the week from each team, and just posting it on social media to show, to get kids excited about competing and excited about going to school, and even parents, having them to have some place to show how proud they are of their kids. That's one of the things that we're starting. We always do a student of the month. It could be done a little bit better, but anytime you're recognizing students for doing what's right, I think is a positive in your school. And a lot of times, even I see all that, you probably still see that my student is a terrific kid, or you see that a lot because parents are proud of how their kids are acting in school and what they're able to do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Stephen, add on there the county website too. Like it's school website, but put it as county website too.
How many schools update their website that often, though? I just wonder.
Well, ours does all the time. Ours constantly. I think ours updates it at least once a week with at least with pictures and stuff that are things that are happening around and inside the school. Now, teachers may not update it as much, but the front cover is updated with weekly stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Another market, I guess, would be just the simple one, school apparel. I think people just wearing the clothing around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Students love that.
Especially in the middle school and
yes,
high school.
Our kids have a uniform unless they wear spirit wear. They can wear a hoodie that's got Newton Conover on it, or they have to wear a collared shirt that has no logo or anything on it. So they compete to see who gets to use, or they compete to get those uniform free days and everything at our school.
Is that what we're putting up here, or is that going to be something totally different?
You put those. The things that we're putting up here still market your school, so you should put those same how you would present or communicate the information. Well,
because I don't know if maybe I'm just I read it differently, because what I was thinking, like where it says how would you market your school, I would have thought that's where like we would be marketing it as a premier, like a STEM school and all of that. And then what we have like the school county website, that would have been the most that you present to communicate your information. But I mean, I could just.
So maybe we need to, where it says how would you market your school, maybe we need to describe how we would we're going to focus on STEM school. So maybe say exactly what a STEM school is.
So STEM learning opportunities, business partnerships within the community, leadership days in which the community comes into the school.
Who's typing?
My computer's lagging real bad. I don't know. Where am I? Am I on it?
I think you're a line above.
Okay, there we go. Y'all are breaking up. I don't know what's going on. My internet's been messed up. So I still think that you can market at school. Like, dang, I just typed a whole word and nothing came up. There it comes.
I don't understand the difference between how will you communicate this to your community and what modes will you use to present.
Yeah, like I'm about to say, I think those two would be.
That's it. That sounds like the same thing to me. What's the difference?
Can we just put how will you communicate? We'll use those, and then the modes. Can we not put that question up there with it and just tag both questions together, and that answers both questions?
I would think so.
You get, like, if I moved it up there beside it, it would be that we answered both questions. We just answered it in one line, like on.
Yeah.
in one area.
in one area.
Yeah, I think those do go together.
Administration, staff member, Stephen,
PTO.
PTO.
Would that be, how would you market PTO, parent, teacher?
I guess could you market to I guess the career days or something?
Yeah, could you do career? Career days.
We're doing a real world, real money day. But I also think that you have to market your extracurriculars as well. Because especially a lot of startup schools are not going to have anybody to run these extracurricular activities. And even if you're thinking sports, it takes a while to get sports up and going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the big things I always think is whenever these new schools open up, a lot of kids still want to come to your school for the athletics a lot of times.
Yeah, some want to do robotics and some want to do your science and like not just like your sports stuff, but
So
like,
so like clubs.
yeah,
Clubs.
Like battle of the. I mean, I have some kids who love the battle of the books, and we have a gyms club and a robotics club and a PE club. Even though that's sports, and it's elementary, but it's not.
But that's what gets kids excited to be at school, and that's how you get people in the door whenever the kids perform and that kind of thing too, and compete, which is always good marketing for your school. If good things are going on at your school, then you want people coming in to see those good things so that they can have, that positive word of mouth.
Grant, where you're at, it says, what information would you use to advertise your school? Well, I mean, you would use student work, pictures. You would use
Videos.
You would use, like, you could have your kids help create a marketing video to advertise your school, having them do some of these different pieces that we're talking about here, like the STEM and the Tinker Space and the Maker Space. And if you have a STEM, hey, add on there, Jacob, a STEM lab, because most STEM schools have some type of STEM lab as well, or at least in the elementary world. So I know middle school might have.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we could add that.
I think it's always good to market. What's it called? National Board Certified Teachers.
But also your master's teachers. Advertise your teachers who hold a master's degree. Well, National Board teachers and master's degree.
For advanced.
I froze up.
Yeah, and I guess on top of that too, just your teachers that have years of experience.
Yeah.
Do Jacob master degrees too.
Right as you walk through our school door, every school in Newton City has banners of like full body pictures of teachers who are National Board Certified Teachers and all their accomplishments with it. It's kind of cool. I'd never seen it before. But anybody who walks in our school sees our National Board Certified Teachers.
Mm-hmm. What information would you use to advertise your school? What else would we want to put as an advertisement for our school? Like, what would we want to use?
Would you say this be well?
He's got NC report cards, so we got that.
Newspaper.
Sport articles or something, sports and
Yeah, sports and just educational articles.
um,
Would you use to advertise your school?
We have 7 minutes left.
How much do we have left?
7 minutes.
Okay. Would you want to do pamphlets and flyers? For what information? I mean, those are easy things to send home. I don't.
So yeah, we did those and took them over to like the county office. So like when parents, people were and like put it in the transfers office.
at our school, each student has a mission statement, so maybe you could use those as student advertisements
Yeah.
they're obtaining at that school.
Anything else that we want to add?
Have everything that we're supposed to add to it.
Like we got a lot of stuff.
Says resources. Use the knowledge gained when completing your skip and any other information you can. Do we have enough? Is it in depth enough? Because that's what it said. An elevator speech. We weren't creating an elevator speech. We were creating a marketing plan. I feel like we have. It's pretty in depth of what we would do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does. I think it has everything that we need.
I think so.
I added a place underneath, Grant, when you get ready to put the link where it says video at the top, so that you could just put the link there. So when we turn in the document, the link is already put in the document itself.
Well, I think it's going to be me. So.
Okay. Well, Jacob, whoever gets to be the host, I know Grant.
Well, I'm just hoping that it stays recorded. So let's just pray that it stays recorded since it was Grant's. And I was just the first one to click record.
Well, it went back and said that Grant was the host now, so we'll see whoever.
Grant, do you see anything on yours that allows you to save or anything?
I can see up in the top left corner where it's blinking recording.
But it doesn't allow you to pause or stop it.
It does. I do have a button that says stop video, but that may.
Okay. Well, let me stop it and see what happens.
Okay.